Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the shock absorber in a Samsung washer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, a socket wrench with an extension, and two heads, 13mm and 10mm. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new shock absorber. The two front shock absorbers compensate the vibration of the washer during the wash and the spin cycles. Together with the two rear shock absorbers and a pair of suspension springs, they are a part of the washer suspension system. A broken shock absorber will cause a top to sag in, banging noise, and no spinning. It's recommended to replace both shock absorbers, even if only one is obviously bad. To get the top off, we need to unscrew those two screws. We're going to use the Phillips screwdriver and just take them out. To take the top off, slide it back about an inch, and then we can lift it off. And I start with removing this clamp from the hose. Just squeeze it and slide it up. It's not hard. Then we're going to remove the hose. Let's remove the dispenser drawer out. Press the tab and pull it out. Remove this hose from the dispenser housing. To take out the housing, we need to remove the two Phillips screws here, and then we can pull it out. Slide it out, and I'm gonna flip it over and put it out of the way. To remove completely the control panel, we need to take a couple of more Phillips screws. Lift up on the control panel, turn it towards yourself, and disengage the bottom clips. We need to disconnect all the plugs to free the control panel. So we're going to start with the top. This is a relay. Press in the tab and lift it off. Then I'm going to free the wire from the clips here. Second one is right there. Then a third one. Support the control panel. And there's nothing else is holding it. No more. And the last plug. And now we can remove the control panel. Now we can open the door and then remove the boot spring clamp. We're gonna peel it up a little bit, then I'm gonna use a flat blade screwdriver to pry it out. There's a spring at the bottom. And here's the clamp. Remove the boot seal from the lip. And tack it in. These two Phillips screws are holding the door lock, so I'll remove that screws to free the door lock from the front panel. And close the door, tuck the harness out of the way, and then we're going to remove the four Phillips screws that holds the front panel at the top. To open the door, we push down that little tab and it just gets open. So now we're going to need to take this off the hinges, pressing the hinge in, door comes off. Remove the pump drain hose from the retainer. And now we're going to take out the 2 Phillips screws that holds the front panel to the chassis. At this point, the front panel is held in place by these 2 tabs at the top and 3 hinges at the bottom. So we're going to open the door, lift up on the front panel to release the 2 tabs. Then we're going to close the door, tilt the panel towards you, and lift it off the bottom hinges. The front shock absorber is held in place by 2 bolts. There are 10 millimeters on the top and the 13 millimeters at the bottom. Using the 10 millimeter socket wrench with an extension, we're going to unscrew the top bolt that holds the shock absorber. To remove the bottom 13 millimeter bolt, I am going to use an extension, and I'm going to insert it from the outside for easier operation. And remove the bolt, and we can pull out the shock absorber out of the socket. Here it is, as a beauty. You see it's all corroded and the oil's leaking out. This is the old shock absorber next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. We can attach the shock absorber at the bottom first. Insert it into the socket, align the holes, and then we're going to put the bolt through. And using the 13 millimeter socket wrench, we're going to tighten the bolt. Install the top joint onto the post here at the top, and then we're going to, using a 10 millimeter socket wrench, we're going to install that screw on the top. And now we can start assembling the washer. By the way, if you need to replace the opposite shock absorber, the operation is absolutely identical. The front panel goes back on. I'm going to insert the drain hose into the opening and lift up on the panel, place it on the hinges at the bottom, push it forward so it will lock on the top tabs. And secure the panel with the 2 Phillips screws at the bottom. Place the pump drain hose into the retainer. Make sure it's not going anywhere. And this is the time for the door to go back on. Install 1 hinge at a time. Push it in, and then just close the door. Secure the front panel to the bracket with 4 Phillips screws. Open the door, reach inside and fish out the door lock assembly. And put it in, and then we're going to secure it with the 2 Phillips screws. Let's install the boot seal. I'm going to pull it out. We have to install this lip over that front panel's lip. Don't rush, take your time. Make a visual check that it's installed properly. Now we can install the boot spring clamp. We use the spring at approximately 6 o'clock. Put it in, then hold it. Jam the flathead screwdriver, approximately 2 o'clock here, and then stretch the spring and place the spring clamp in with the flathead screwdriver. Make sure it's in the groove all around the seal. Then pull the seal. Pull hard. You don't want to have your laundry room flooded. All right. You can close the door now. Bring in and install the control panel. We're going to start with connecting all the wire plugs. We cannot possibly mix them around because they're all different. And continue plugging it in. Put it under the here under the retainer. And the last one. Turn it over. Make sure that there's no hanging connectors around. Everything is attached. Then we're going to match the pins with the cutouts. Turn it forward. Press in the bottom. And then we're going to secure it with the Phillips screws. And now we can install the dispenser back. We're going to put this tab into the cutout and this tab into the upper cutout. And now we can put 2 Phillips screws in. Let's put the hose back into the dispenser housing. Push it into the clips here. And the dispenser door goes back in. We're going to place those 2 edges into the cutouts and push it in. Let's connect this hose to the tub. Push it on. Make sure it slides on all the way. Sits perfect. Then the clamp goes on. Squeeze it. Well, you know what? I'm going to use both hands, but you pretty much understand what I'm doing. Push it down. Now we can put the top back on, install it approximately an inch away from the front panel. Then we're going to slide it forward and it locks in. Let's secure the top to the cabinet with 2 Phillips screws. Plug the washer in and make sure it runs good. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.